Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, with the budget still basically 2 months away, the speculation is mounting because the finances are getting worse and worse every single day, and Reeves, of course, has got no idea what to do except one. She only knows one thing, and that's taxes. So we have to look at where taxes are going to go. Well, there's probably five areas that she's going to tackle. And we'll just very quickly just glow over these and say, oh yes, good, bad or indifferent. Well, undoubtedly, inheritance tax is going to get a hit. This is number one. This is like the first one on the list. It's going to be increased. The percentage be increased. They'll get rid of the phased allowance down to nothing. They're going to extend that probably rather than get rid of it. But even so, it's going to it's going to bring in a lot more inheritance tax because people making their wills and gifting, for example, they're not living quite as long is going to be a thing. The allowance will probably be frozen rather than going up, anything like that. So there's all sorts of changes that they're going to make to that. And that's okay because it's only going to affect the middle classes, the rich, the very rich won't get affected at all. They'll have already made their provisions, and the money will be out, held in trusts, etc. There's many ways around it. Seek professional advice. Don't get caught out. Inheritance tax is one of those you can avoid with a bit of notice. Motorists undoubtedly going to get hit. Road tax will go up. There'll be more fuel on duty. They'll probably get rid of the 5p allowance that they have currently in now. Chances are there's going to be new car taxes will go up, etc. There's going to be so many charges. This, of course, will destroy the car industry. Nobody's going to buy a new car if all of a sudden, boom, the prices go up high. Very few. It's going to affect the cost of everything. It'll be very inflationary if you put fuel duty up, because food, for example, needs to be transported, so food will become much more expensive, as will everything else. All goods will become expensive, so that way, by doing that, which is very, very stupid, but she's going to do it because she's very stupid, everyone's going to be worse off. Hey, that's the plan, though. Misery and poverty, the Labour way. She's going to put taxes on food. And yes, this will be very controversial. Food's already very expensive, but, there's nothing stopping her making it more expensive still. No, she can't actually go on there and say, right, we're going to put a carrot tax on anything. But processed food will have a tax put on it. Anything with sugar will have a tax put on it. Salt will have a tax put on it. Anything enjoyable will have a tax put on it, and so forth. They'll do it through the line of being healthy, but actually what they're doing is money. And they're going to just make sure that those at the bottom who have no joy in their life and who occasionally would just like a little chocolate bar or something, a little treat, won't be able to afford it. They're always tackling those at the bottom, aren't they? Because why not? Food represents a much larger proportion of income for those on the lower pays. So if you can do that and make life worse for the lower paid people, that seems to be the Labour way at the moment, which is very odd. It's not how they started, is it? But, I think they're very contemptuous of poor people. So, yeah, fuck them, basically. That's the Labour policy. They want to put tax likely to go on to investments, because the last thing they want is people coming to Britain, investing, putting money into the companies. Oh, don't buy shares in that company. Might do well. Don't want that. Want all the companies to break and broke and everything. So, capital gains tax highly likely to go up. Stocks and shares, investments, second homes, possibly, and there is rumour that there might be capital gains tax on your own family home should you sell it. In which case, of course, Britain is then truly broken, and nobody will be able to sell their house, and so everyone will be living in houses that are no longer good for them. For example, it might be too big for an elderly person, it might be too small for a family, but there'll be no fluidity. But again, this harms the lower paid people, the people at the bottom, more than the people at the top. But again, it's another policy that Labour seem to want to pursue for some reason. Nobody knows. And of course, pensioners, because fuck them too. Another one, another favourite, let's screw the pensioners. There were calls for the Chancellor to increase taxes on pensioners. One option is to cut the national insurance by 2p in the pound and to increase income tax by the same amount. Pensioners don't pay national insurance, but they do pay income tax if their earnings above. And so, yeah, let's get those pensions taxed, because people on their pensions, well, sometimes they've been known to actually have a little bit left over at the week and treating themselves. Or sometimes in the winter they even put their heating on for an extra 5 minutes. Bastards, aren't they? So they'll have that money off them. But there we go. It just seems to be attack the bottom, attack the bottom, attack the bottom. And the rich, well, they're off scot-free, aren't they? They're moving their money and leaving. And if you've got the wherewithal to do it, I would advise you to do it, because they'll be pulling the teeth out of your head next. You know, big piles of spectacles, gold out of teeth. Seen it before, haven't we? Wouldn't put it past this lot. Thanks very much. Paper's bitter.